We are talking about things a man should never do for a woman. And again, this is very, very personal. I feel like this one, I need to give a disclaimer. This is a papa-son conversation, right? But these are some of the things that the world has agreed on the glue that we are not supposed to do for women because we have seen the results of them and they're not always a good thing. Okay, so the first one, and I will ask you ladies, paying for her school fees.
Guys, first of all, I don't know, love has been so conditioned. We no longer, there are no relationships, actual relationships, or the unconditional love, or just being with someone, because women tend to be with men because of convenience, or you know, he takes care of the bills and everything. And then now the men as well, they're with a woman because it's a trophy woman, or because they just want to have children with them. It's the modern day P word. I don't want to use it, but then. When you pay for someone, and you know, this whole thing of paying school fees for someone, my mother, when she got married after high school, and she was a housewife until she gave birth to 7 of us, okay? And then after that, my dad took her to college and paid her college school fees. My mom retired this year, June, and you will see how proud my father was. He's like, you know what? I took her to school. If I didn't, she would have been a housewife and miserable for all those years. But then she developed and became something. I wouldn't say that do not pay school fees for someone, but I'll tell you this for sure. You don't just randomly go meet someone on their first date and then they tell you they have school fees arrears and you pay. Fine, you can do it if you're able to. But I think there's a beauty of investing, especially education investment in your woman. If this is a person that you're settled down with, if this is your wife, this is the mother of your children, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I don't understand why people pay school fees for women and then expect them to be their wives, you know? Can I just be your wife first and then now you can educate me, you know? So we should stop doing that unless you just want to do it out of being just a good person.
And don't complain.
And don't complain when they go to school and meet other people and move on, because that is not your wife. She's just your girlfriend.
Well, shout out to my boy, Eddie. Oh my goodness, love and light to you. This is like the best human being that I could ever have imagined who happened upon my life. And he helped me out a lot, especially with school. Because as I mentioned before yesterday, sometimes things were thicker than thick. But we had help, and I thank God that he was there. He pulled through for me, and I was able to actually complete my education, and he still supports and, you know, gives love and all of that. So I am 100% for people who are just willing to do something for you and not expecting anything back, you know? Do you know, y'all, do you understand that this eloquence has come from someone who's gone to school and it's not someone who paid for her own school all through? Do you understand? So why would you not want to enlighten someone and empower another woman or another man if you can? Do you know what I mean? Y'all pay some girls school fees, pay some boys school fees, help a sister and a brother out.
Without any expectations.
Yeah, I don't have expectations. That's shady. That's just mad shady. Unless you ask for these things beforehand. Here's another one. Commit a crime for her. And this just read, commit a crime and I'll be your defender. And I died. So what do you think? Commit a crime for a girl.
Now that's crossing a line. Now that's dangerous. Man, you can be put in that hellhole for the rest of your life. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, not unless you're also in crime, so you're just doing your thing, but I wouldn't advocate for that.
Doing your thing.
Like you have some skills.
For me, especially if I'm madly in love with you, don't commit a crime for me. And then you end up in jail and I'm here lonely. I start all over again looking for someone. I don't want that. So don't commit a crime.
You're going to move on.
Because I'm going to move on almost immediately, you know.
You're not going to ride your dice with this
I'm
guy.
madly in love with you. I want you with me 24 hours.
I'm dead on the ground. Okay, that's just crazy. Why are you committing crimes for people? Also, why are you committing crimes to begin with? It's shady, wash nonsense. Nah, it's not for us. Compromise your needs for hers. This one, I want to start with Lily, because I know she doesn't want to talk about it, but you're gonna talk about it.
Wow, this is heavy for me, especially because the man I'm married to has compromised a lot for me. So I'm forever grateful, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. At the end of the day, it's to each his own, you know? If your relationship works when you do that, it's fine. If you do that and then it does not work, kindly stop immediately. So I am for compromising things that make sense to benefit in other areas.
Okay, what about you, Nash?
Guys, you need to
The
understand,
lady who
yeah?
does not. Continue.
Well, no. The thing is, before you meet someone, let's say I meet Ken today, right? And Ken he's a grown man who has his life, who has his schedule, who has been doing things for the last 20, 30, 40 years. Okay, only data 20-year-old. And then here I come in and I have the same, you know? Like I have a schedule from Monday to Friday. I do my thing and everything. Definitely there's going to be some compromise when it comes to a relationship. Let's not lie to each other. Let's not walk up like, I can't compromise for anyone. You will have to compromise your time. You will have to compromise your needs sometimes. Probably what you used to do every weekend is on Friday, you get home, switch off your phone and chill until Monday when you're going back to work. But then now you have this other person in your life. You probably have to commit some time and hang out with them or cook for them and do all those stuff, not cleaning. But what am I saying? You have to compromise your needs when you're in a relationship with someone because you're trying to gel together and build a relationship.
I completely agree. And if you're in a position where you're not feeling the need to compromise with someone, or you're feeling like you're being, shoved in a corner or pushed to your extreme limit simply by making a simple compromise. Honey child, you ain't ready for a relationship. So deuces to you, and this relationship needs to get over and done with.
Yeah.
Now, here is another one. Forgetting your dreams. Let's go, ladies.
Kwani umekaliwa chapati. You can't forget your dream. You know, most people forget that I am Lily first, and then someone else's wife. That is why when you introduce me as someone's wife, before you say she's Lily, a mother of a nini, and another thing, but then catch sana. Because there's a lot. When you just look at Kathomi, you can't say like she's someone's girlfriend. You start by saying, oh, she's someone's girlfriend. Nini.
Oh,
so
even now that your husband is on the limelight, you don't fancy
don't
that?
introduce
That's
me
nice.
as someone's
No, that's
wife.
really nice.
She's very bold about
I'm
that
so
one.
many things, but including a wife, but anyway.
Yeah.
So don't forget your dreams. If you wanted to become a pilot and you're dating this girl who wants you to be a farmer, kindly tell her, my dreams are aligned this way and this is exactly what I want, so that it does not become something like my parents forced me to do law and I wanted to do medicine. Now take the certificate, I'm going to do medicine. You can't do that to your person, because it will get to a certain point where they will tell you, but this is not the kind of job that I wanted, and break up with you immediately.
True.
You know, guys, you need to understand, when you talk about dreams, these are things that you've sat and thought about and dreamt about and put in the work and everything. So I don't think there's anyone in this life, not even your child, who is in a position or can decide for you to just forget about your dream. I wouldn't say forget about your dream, but fine, sometimes probably you have to put it on hold for a while. Let's say probably you got pregnant and then you have to wait for the first 2 years because of taking care of the child, and then now you'll go back into getting back to your dream. But I don't think you should just completely forget about your dream. That doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, I completely agree with the both of you. It's important for you, first of all, a person with a dream is such a different person. They have such a different energy in general. There's a way you can tell when someone has goals and ambitions in life. They're just built in a wholly different way, as opposed to someone who's just waking up, watching movies the whole time, and just doing nonsense that is wasting time, There is just an energy. Even you, when you see someone, doing something with passion, don't you feel like, okay, boy, okay, keep doing what you're doing, because like I'm loving that. It's just, it becomes, honestly, it is sexy for anyone to have ambition, drive, and goals, which are self-driven. You are not being forced into doing something. You're doing it because you want to do it, and this is what your dreams are. You're trying to make $1 million, you're going to do anything to get to that $1 million. It's very, very sexy.
And just to add on that, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine last week, and I think we were talking about things to do with dream. And I remember we kept saying that, imagine meeting someone who now, it becomes like a tick. Now he's stuck with you. He wants to take you to work. He wants to go with you to the market. He wants, for dependency and all that. You'll be so scared because you're like, wait a minute, you're a whole adult with 32 teeth. If you have less, it's what you've been doing or what you've been chewing. You have less teeth, and then now all of a sudden you have nothing going on with your life. Oh man, that's scary. I wouldn't even be your friend, leave alone your partner. Honestly,
it is very scary, almost psychotic. Here's another one: disrespect your family, and this one is very, very difficult. But let's start with you, Nash.
Oh my goodness. Respect,
like the guy disrespecting his family.
For you.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. When you disrespect your family, you can't disrespect your family because of me. You disrespect your family because that's how you're raised, that's who you are. Because I don't think there's any way possible that you can't be that placid that you're just there, and when I tell you, no, don't pick up your mother's call, no, don't go visit your people, then you just follow what I do. No, first of all, if you disrespect your family, I can't even be with you.
Yep.
Because whom's
It's
am I
only a matter
if
of
you don't,
time.
yeah, if you don't respect your family, who am I that I expect respect from you? So no, please don't do that.
Lily.
Well, don't disrespect your family,
Yeah.
but between me and your family, I don't know who's important. Because between him and my family, he is important.
Lies.
Importanter. Why? He earned it. If you earn it, you become more important. And that doesn't give you like the right to now disrespect your family, but you just draw a line. You just know that you can't come to my home every weekend the way you want. I gotta confirm with my wife. I gotta confirm with my husband, you know. You just draw that line. And once you know where that line needs to be drawn, imagine itakuwa tu poa. Your family will understand that your wife comes first. They will respect that. But do not disrespect them. When you start disrespecting them, they will think that I'm the one who is teaching you behind the scenes to disrespect them. So it tells a lot. It tells a lot about the woman when the man disrespects his family.
You know, this has brought a discussion that has been out there, especially when it comes to a husband and the wife and the mother.
Yeah.
There's a very thin line between these three, and there's conflict and everything.
Yep.
And
Who's sitting in the front car?
Who's
Who's sitting in the passenger seat?
You know,
Who is entering the door first? When you open the door, is it my wife or is it my mother?
Or is it my mother? And you know, we can laugh about it, but it's very sensitive. And I know of marriages and relationships which have broken because either the mother-in-law is not staying, she's not controlling her kitchen, she wants to control all her kitchens in the compound or in her family, or this child is a mommy's boy, or this woman comes in and she wants to take over, and you know, she doesn't want to take her time in the javelin to wait to create, when space creates and she gets into her space, because, and then you find a mother-in-law who has been there and she has never found her space in that family, and she's so bitter and she thinks that you're a threat to her space. My God, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's a very, very tricky conversation. So I feel like let's just stem from the point of respect versus disrespect. Because disrespect is just you blatantly being an annoyance or being rude and obnoxious to someone, right? Yeah. Like, I can't say you're disrespecting me by simply telling me, oh, Katomi, you know, your hair is like in your face. You want to push it a little bit. Right. That's just you respectfully telling me that, by the way, your hair is in your face and you got to push it because people won't see your face. Versus, you know, different tones, different approaches, different phrasings. So disrespect is a very, very horrible thing altogether. But there has to be respect first for there to be disrespect. Because if you don't respect someone, then automatically everything you do will be disrespectful. So I completely agree with the both of you. There has to be boundaries that have been established, but you also have to become a person who is very keen on what you're doing around people around you, yeah? Because it's very easy for someone, as Lily has said, it's very easy for someone to just assume, woni bibi yake atali, amekaliwa huyo chapati. It's very easy for that to happen.
The thing is, it's because you're not permanent there. You're a visitor in that family.
You're new.
And even if they know very well, because I know of families, it is very sad that they know very well their son is not the nicest person, but they'll still want someone to blame. They'll be like, apana, ni huyo dem, ni huyo bibi yake. And yet they know, they can't call out their son.
Don't forget, there are situations where a woman is actually the one who is ready to sire children, but the man cannot.
Exactly.
He is completely gone. The first wife comes and goes, the second one comes and goes, and now everyone is just barraging the woman with all the responsibility, yet they know in the back of their minds the problem is their son. So when it comes to disrespect, as we said, it's a very tricky conversation altogether.
Yeah, and I also feel like the man changes once he starts dating and when he's madly in love with this particular person. So don't expect your bro when mwenye umezoea anakuanga tu rugged, anakuanga rough, anakuanga tu hivi. When he meets someone that he loves, he's going to change.
Oh, yeah.
And don't blame it on the woman that he's met.
Yeah.
It's just him who has decided.
It's
by the
internal.
way, Miss Jakalio Chapati, but I love this woman so much.
Yeah.
Ata get away with everything enye anafanya. And also, I've thought about us as women changing our physical appearance for the men. So is it the same? Do we have men who change their physical appearance for us?
That's a good question.
Wananona ukiwa
But that's a true one.
It's true.
That's a true one.
Let
when
me
a
tell
man
you,
gets too comfortable,
exactly, he gets so comfortable. The guy is chill.
even
He gets
women-
home and
even women, she starts becoming lighter.
Yeah.
You know, her hair
No
is
comment.
now longer. you know, she's now looking all nice and thick in the place
But
that
at least
she should
that
be.
one, that's not deliberate.
Yeah.
When I have to like cinch my waist
Yeah.
to look a certain way for my man,
Yeah.
do they have the same thing? Like they're forced. Not like atunapika kitu poa,
They
they
feel the
nona.
pressure. They feel the pressure. You've seen guys who go and get their hairline, you know, rejuvenated or added back. You've seen guys who've then gone and started working out. Now he's in the gym all the time. Why? Because he wants to look good for his woman. I think it happens both ways. But then again, it's just a thing of what is your woman like and what does she like?
Yeah.
And you're trying now to work on that.
But it's beautiful when
It
someone
is.
puts
It
in
is.
some effort.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness! It is such a
Yeah.
beautiful thing. Here is another one: letting her guilt you into anything, anything. Atakuingisha to box, chwa, and you will enter box because you're like, "Hey, okay, fine, you're right." Should you be goated into guilt?
I think you let yourself that, and that comes to when I did my premarital counseling. We were told that whenever there's something to be discussed, there are certain places that you should have the discussions from, because there are places where women can easily get away with stuff, or her side of whatever she wants can work. One of the places is the bedroom.
Of
So
course.
yeah, and then you go out there saying, manzi alifanya tu nifanye hivyo lakini, but well, we all know.
It was
Yes,
great effort.
Yes.
I am so guilty, but this is because when you date someone for such a long time,
Yeah.
you just know the buttons to press.
Okay.
So I will just leave it at that.
Okay.
Know
Okay.
the right buttons.
Okay. And then this one, as we wind up on this conversation,
Yeah.
carrying her purse, kubeba kibeti ya mwanamke.
I wouldn't allow my man to carry my handbag.
Why?
I'm very traditional. Very weird. I'm very traditional when it comes to certain things.
Okay.
And to some extent, I love my man to be, to some extent, quite masculine and all
Okay,
that.
okay.
And no, I wouldn't let you carry my handbag. You'd rather tie my shoes as I hold my handbag, other than the opposite. That's just what works for me.
You know, where is the problem exactly? Is it because in that bag there is a lip gloss and lipstick and handkerchief? What is the difference between him helping you carry the shopping bag and your handbag? Is it the context inside the bag, or
I do
where
not
is the problem, or the
know.
shape of the bag?
Honestly, I don't know. I think it's the fact that it
Yeah.
looks emasculating when he carries your. I don't know. I want to know from you. The number is 0770 729 366. Do you think, like our lady here, Nash, that a man carrying a purse feels a little bit too feminine for your taste? Or are you like Lily going, okay, the things that are in this bag were once in a shopping bag, which you carried. So what are we doing here?